All right, what's going on? Your boy Jones, Last Take WVMR. Shout out our sponsors for our showcase, Trap House, Cityscapes, Room 105, Wild Orchid Lounge, and all of our venues on the road. Our special guest today is supposed to be Koki Bricks. He's running late. Colored people time, of course. But meanwhile, he's not here. We're going to get into what's been going on underground in the music world. Right now, if you listening, follow Grind or Starve Showcase Instagram. That's Grind or Starve Showcase on Instagram. You'll see a lot of good underground unsigned artists. And we have a mixtape out called the Grind or Starve Showcase Mixtape, Volume 3. I'll be playing music from that throughout the whole show. And when Koki Bricks gets here, we'll be playing his singles. But he's running late. So, in the meantime, we're going to, getting a text. He's running late, obviously. So, we're going to spin some music off of that mixtape. I got my son in the building with me. Little D, he's camera shy, and he's definitely microphone shy. I'll be having my daughter up here next week. I'm going to have a whole bunch of female artists up here next week as special guests. As y'all know, we, with the last mixtape that we just dropped from the Grind Star Showcase is Battle of the Sexes. And the next one we're actually going to put out will be an all-female mixtape. So shout out to all the females that are female rap artists and you actually have bars and you know how to spit. And you're not just getting co-signed because you're half naked in all your music videos. But, what a week in music last week, especially R&B. I don't think I want to be an R&B artist after what I've been seeing that's going on. R. Kelly, well, see, that's not so bad. I mean, really, like, how bad could it be? I mean, they're all of age. When you're 18, you're legal. That's it. I'm not saying what he's doing is right, but I'm not saying it's wrong either. Nobody's
questionable, man.
Nobody's being held against their will.
That nigga is questionable.
He's questionable, but so am I. So, at the end of the road, people know what they're doing. Listen, these females, they see these celebrities, they believe anything. They think I look good, I'm gonna have sex with him, I'm gonna be his quote-unquote baby mother, I'm gonna live a happy life and get paid for the rest of for 18 years. And that's how some of these females think. R. Kelly is just a dude who has a cult, apparently, a sexual cult. I mean, you can't be, it's like, hearing him, my laptop is bugging out. Hearing the accusations of how mad people are getting about this. See, I think we live in a time with social media that people are looking for something to be mad about. Nobody's looking for the good. Like, it's like, for example, when you see stuff, especially Facebook, I notice a lot of people share stuff that is just so negative. Like, they're quick to show somebody getting their ass beat, somebody getting fucking beat or shot by the police. What else do I see a lot of? I actually see a lot of animals eating people now. Like, that shit is funny. You're laughing, but it's really not funny. Then when we kill them, here come the animal right people right away. Same thing with the gays. As soon as you say something wrong about them, here they come right away. Heartbeat. It's like right away. As soon as you say gay people, right away. You're getting fined and taken off air, and I wouldn't be surprised if I got kicked off the air next. So, that being said, I don't see enough people sharing good stuff. Like, I'm not a fan of police. I'm not a big fan of them. I'm not saying all police are bad, so let's not get this screwed up here. But I do feel we should judge them how they judge us. Like, if you're black, wearing blue or red, you're automatically a gangbanger or associated with a gangbanger. Just listen to the news. Right away, when they can't find out why these kids were fighting, we believe it was gang associated. Well, what proof do you have? Somebody threw up a B and a C? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, how they try to put us as guilty as association, but we do it with them. It's not fair. Support all cops. Yeah. Right. I got some support for you right here. But You know, and then Usher. He was the hope for your people, man, because Wyclef definitely fell off.
Yo, that nigga not Haitian, B.
He is Haitian. You know, now he's not Haitian because he has herpes. He's Triple H. Haitian herpes. Haitian herpes carrier. You know, I don't mean to make jokes, but I'm the type of guy, I try to make light of every situation. Even if, you know, I joke about how I'm going to die. And I try to make light of the situation. We all know we're going to die soon. Some people know when they're going to die. We're not going to get into that. We'll say the spiritual shit for another show. But, you know, it's like I always say, it'll be funny if I die while doing something I love, which is either eating or having sex. That would be the best way to die. Like, I'm coming, baby. Oh, babe. Close your ears, boy. What you over there laughing about? My 6-year-old son over there laughing. Like, he know what I'm talking about. Little booty scratcher. But anyway, you know, I mean, all these chicks, supposedly he sent $1 million to a lot of chicks, apparently. Like 4 or 5 different chicks, yeah. That's apparently what happened. He gave 4 or 5 chicks $1 million. I'm about to say, he gave me herpes backstage when we hugged one night, shit. I'm about to be like, yeah, man, our faces brushed and look. You know, show him old chicken pox or something. And claim it's herpes. Shit, I can get away with it. I'll be like, you ain't gotta give me $1 million, just give me $50,000. I get the other $50,000, make a little shit. But to $100,000, but you know, end of the day, I mean, it's just crazy. I feel bad for him because that's embarrassing. You know, and people are so quick sometimes. My laptop is bugging out again. People are so quick sometimes to just, you know, want to just say some negative shit about a celebrity. Like, the most stupidest thing I think I've ever heard was when 2 Chainz, when people tried to rob 2 Chainz, everybody said he's a sucker for running. I'm like, okay, if I point a gun at you, what the fuck you want to do? Stand there and take a shot? And be like, yeah, nigga, I'm hood, I got shot. Like, I don't understand. Like, how is it?
People talk shit they haven't been.
Yeah, like, you understand? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is he supposed to do? Not run because he's a rapper and he raps about certain stuff? Like, I don't understand. Like people's mind and morals are so ass backwards in these times that we're in. And, like, I don't get what motivates people anymore. People say it's money, but then I think about a lot of the shit people do. Like, if it's money, why y'all doing so much shit for free? Like, y'all here setting yourselves on fire for views. Like, I remember that shit was going on with the setting themselves on fire, and it was something they was doing to set themselves on fire, and
yeah,
you know, like, I don't get it, man.
People are just into weird shit.
It's not weird. People want attention.
Yeah.
And you know what else is funny? And I got a few, I would say 2 or 3 stripper friends that I'm cool with. And shout out to those 3. But I'm not a big fan of strip clubs or strippers. Even though I do my showcases there, but I get paid to be there. So, you know, and it's an outlet for artists to blow up. So, you know, but I will say this. Now you got girls out here stripping on the low for fun. Like, this shit is a sport. It's not a sport. It's like, you know, if you want to be a stripper, cool, that's your prerogative. But at the same time, you got girls doing it because, oh, look how these girls live on the internet. They got vacations and this, that, and the third. Yeah, they got vacations. You know where they live? In the projects. On the floor. So, I'm not all that vacationing and bullshit. It's like, that don't mean anything. All these bags, because I go to these strip clubs, these girls is fighting over singles on the floor. So they can't be doing it that big, I'm sorry. But, you know, shout out to the girls that do strip. I'm not saying I have anything personal against strippers, but at the same time, stop just trying to take the quick way and the easy way out to make money. And, you know, before I take a break, and I call Koki Bricks and tell him I'm going to choke him out when he gets here, on a sad note, and I meant to play his music. Actually, no, he killed himself after our show, actually, last week,
Chester,
right? Chester.
right? Oh,
Yeah, that happened after. One thing I will say, and I'm going to start doing, a lot of people don't really know me, but my first love is actually rock music. I grew up, listening to Run DMC, LL Cool J, and everybody first, but that's because my mom put me onto that stuff. But my uncle put me on to like Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Metallica, and I took it to the extreme, listened to the real heavy stuff. So, being that I grew up, my favorite band of all time is Nirvana. I thought he killed himself, and we'll get into that another show, which, he was killed. And there's proof of it. There's a video, actually a movie about it, about how he was murdered. And it's been proven by a doctor that if you have a certain amount of level of heroin in your body, you cannot pull a trigger. You couldn't even do it. You pass out right away. And then also, when you shoot a shotgun, the shell doesn't exit on the left side. It exits on the right side. That was another. There's so much stuff. They talking about they want to reopen the case.
It's called soaked in bleach.
Yeah, exactly. And I hate to say this, but Courtney Love had him killed. It's obvious. And she's on tape saying it, that nobody would buy it, and she would laugh all the way to the bank. Her name was going to be taken off the will. This is not stuff that's made up. This is proof.
Not true, but
her name was going to be taken off the will. He was going to divorce her. And this is another thing that was found by her own lawyer, a trace sheet of his handwriting. And those same words were in his suicide letter. Because his quote-unquote suicide letter, if you have common sense, which is not common, but if you have sense enough to understand what suicide letters look like, that's not a suicide letter to the last 5 lines. So when I actually found out this, 3-4 years ago, it just made me think, wow, he really didn't kill himself. But with Chester, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm a Linkin Park fan. I have their music in my iPod, but I also feel suicide is just a coward way out. And I feel that way. I'm not saying he's a coward. I don't know what went on in his life, but being that he's a celebrity and there's so many different things and so many different people he could reach out to, and you have kids. I can see the guy had no kids. And I'm still not saying that justifies killing yourself, but at the same time, I just feel like that's just a coward way out. And I'm really upset that he did that. And it kind of bothered me for 3 days. It's just if you grow up in a certain era, see, we grew up in the 90s, so a lot of our music, we really just didn't listen to it okay, this is hot. We listened to it and we actually felt that shit. The rap metal came in the 90s, and a lot of people opened up about certain shit, about how their parents just talked down to them, and and some of us felt that way, fuck, okay, we're getting you the parents, but that doesn't make you superior. Oh my god, I can't say I have to do what you tell me to do, and I have to be a doctor because you say I have to be a doctor. What if I don't want to be a doctor? And in the late 80s and the 90s, parents pretty much painted out what their kids were going to be. It was you're going to be this, you're going to go to this school, and you're going to do this and do that. And in the 90s, the suicide rate was crazy. But that was mainly after Kurt Cobain he apparently killed himself. And, that's just crazy. But it's just sad, and there's rumors that he did it because of his wife, and that was bullshit. And this is another thing, his wife's Twitter had that she slept with the other singer. Yeah, Mike. So I was like, Shinoda wouldn't do that. But then who knows? But then it came out, her Twitter's hacked. How is everybody's Twitter hacked all of a sudden? How?
Come on, with all the scamming and shit that's going on.
But it's so coincidental that certain things are being said on these people's Twitter that only they would know.
True, but I'm just saying, with all the scamming and shit that's going on, it's possible.
Well, I'm gonna get into some Linkin Park real quick. I love this band. After their first 3 albums, I really didn't pay them too much mind. They just released a new album, which I was checking out, and then the bad news, and you know, it's sad and it bothers me. And anybody out there who feels low about themselves, who feels like you're going through shit, trust me, we all go through shit. Nobody's life is just glory from the day you're born to the day you end. I mean, if you don't believe me, the highest suicide rate is of who? The richest people in the world. So you do the math. Money doesn't equal happiness, people. So just, you know, get help. Talk to your friends. Don't just think people are always out to see you do bad. There are good people still in this world. So when we get into Linkin Park track, Crawling. I would say probably the third song I've heard from them before I really like bought their CD, Hybrid Theory. And that's a really, if you listen to the lyrics, it's a really powerful song. You know, and if you know, been into a certain situation where you doubt yourself a lot in life, and maybe you just don't have that supporting cast with you, you know, and as maybe a family or friends, or maybe you're just a loner, there's nothing wrong with that. People always think being the most popular person is the coolest thing. It isn't. Like, I know. Like, I was known always in, especially junior high school, that was my favorite time to be alive. I felt like, you know, like I was just like a celebrity because of sports, you know, but I noticed a lot of the people who I connected with most, surprisingly, and nobody probably believe me unless you really, really know me, but like the uncool kids that actually got picked on. And, you know, they were like the kids who got 85s and 90s on every test or every grade. And, you know, they didn't have many friends. So I became friends with them, and that was it. Nobody would bother them no more. Nobody would pick on them. So it wasn't because, oh, I was tough. It's just, you know, when you're in school and you see certain people hang with the cool people, you embrace them. You leave them alone, I guess. So, which I think is stupid. But you should just treat I always hated bullying. Like, I mean, I like, nothing wrong with cracking jokes on people, whatever. Like, look at his shirt, look at his shoes. Okay, I get it. But bullying and taking it to the next level is just pathetic. Like, that means you really don't like yourself and you want to make yourself feel better for bullying somebody else. And I just always hated it. We used to do things to people that thought they were tough and bullies. I care not to repeat on the air. But, you know, I just stood up for people. And I always felt like, you know, I always had to be the one in life to stand up for certain people. I've met plenty of suicidal people, and I didn't understand it. But then talking to them sometimes, it's just like, I understood, but I still didn't understand to the point of where you're in your teenage years and you want to kill yourself. Like, life gets better, man. Like, you know, it's not worth it, you know. And shout out to my friends, you know, I don't know if all of them are listening, but, you know, the ones who I am talking about, you know, we made high school hella fun, you know, and just going through certain shit with them and just seeing like, damn, like, there's people that really do want to kill themselves. I always just thought it was just celebrities, but it were real people that I knew, and they just felt like, what's the point of living? They used to carve shit into their arms and take pills on purpose, and I'd just be like, God, why are you putting me next to these people? But, you know, I found out, you know, and sometimes somebody always just needs a voice to speak up for them. And, you know, I like being that voice to speak up for people, and I love the fact that WVMR is giving me an extra voice to maybe talk to some people who, you know, they look at life in a certain way, and they've always been told they're weird, or you're white because you're from the hood and you speak proper, or you're a wigger because you got flavor and you grew up in maybe the richest part of New York. Like, it's all bullshit.
Listen, the best thing you could do is you embrace your inner weirdo.
Exactly.
That's it.
I pretty much don't even like that word weirdo. I just like the word unique. And I've always been told I'm unique. I've been told, like, I'm not the typical black guy from the hood, which I don't know.
That's been the stupidest thing.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid. And then I used to get laughed. This is the crazy part. I used to get laughed at because I talked white, quote unquote, in high school, but yet I didn't get like what the fuck is talking white.
Niggas are basically insulting themselves and insulting.
Exactly, and I say that all the time.
When they say that.
Exactly, and I used to just sit there and be like, so you're saying because you're black, you're incapable of having a proper conversation.
Right.
I'll see you begging for dollars.
Exactly.
I'll see you on the corner begging me to buy some drugs from you in 20 years. And yeah, I've been right about a lot of people. I love being wrong, but I hate being right about a lot of people, which I am. And that's why when I am right about certain people, I get very angry. Because it just shows you sometimes it's not good to stereotype, but stereotypes do exist for a reason. And I just hate the fact that, you know, even as a people, you know, we still hold people to, well, oh, you're from East New York, so you have to be gangbanging and you can't be talking proper and you have to sell drugs. You're a sucker if you go to school and get a good grade point average. Like, the day somebody tells my kids that, yeah. Anyway, but, moving right along, like I said, you know, rock music was just always something I related to because I think the energy of it, the mosh pits, the just seeing how crazy, I think it was just how crazy shit got. And back in the 90s, like hip hop was more calm. You know, like you had the Onyxes, and I think that's why I love the Onyx, because they did a song with Biohazard. Shout out Biohazard. A song called Slam, which that remix, it started the trend of, you know what? Let's start blending hip hop with rock and see how it sounds. And a whole new genre came behind that. That's when you got the Corns and the Rage Against the Machines and, you know, like the Limp Bizkits and, you know, bands like that, the Linkin Park. So, you know, and I think right now we're in a time where we need that because, you know, it's too much racial tension. I feel like these last 3 or 4 years we've went backwards because I don't know what the hell happened. You know what I mean? I thought, especially having a black president, things would be a little bit more eased and we were good, but then it seems like things have just gotten worse. Like, I feel like a lot of people are looking for a reason to call somebody racist and they're actually not racist. Anything slightly offensive nowadays to another culture, you're racist. Right away. If you're that race, especially if you're black and you're not with the majority, you are a coon nowadays. So I don't get what's going on in people's minds. I really do. I mean, people are going to laugh, but I really do feel it has a lot to do with the drugs people are using nowadays as well. Like all the Mollies and the fucking Percocets, and I just feel like it's a lot of zombies walking around. But this is the 80s all over again. This is just, instead of crack and coke, everybody's just popping pills and sipping lean. And exactly, it's just it's like they say, history always repeats with this country, and we're in the 80s all over again. Will we see the 90s again? I doubt it. But
brought to you by our government.
We don't know what's going to happen. We really don't. It's kind of scary. I just feel like our kids are the last hope. They are. Yeah. Because we grew up in the 90s, so we're trying to give them that knowledge we have from the 90s, and only thing we can do is hope they run with it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look at my kids and I see how they play with other kids that are my friends' kids, and it's like, I feel good, but then I just don't know what mainstream media might do to them. You know what I mean? Like, we had our mainstream media, don't get it twisted, but we still listen to our parents because we paid consequences for not listening. But now, the parents are just cool with their kids. You're twerking and millie rocking with your parents, which is cool, but to a certain extent, you gotta cut that shit out.
You know how many videos I've seen of like...
Jimmy, get on the mic, Jimmy.
My bad.
Yeah, this dude's late, fuck it.
Yo, you know how many videos I've seen of like basically like on Facebook, like they have like recordings of little girls twerking. Yo, that shit gets me so tight because I have a daughter. And let me catch her doing that shit 9, 10, 11, 12. Yo, listen, man. I don't like child abuse, but listen, I don't want that ass.
It's not child abuse.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. There's a difference.
A spank on the ass or two is not child abuse.
But nowadays, you can't even do that.
You can.
Can't even do that.
You just can't do it if you're a celebrity. Ask Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. Nah, you went a little overboard. But I get it. You feel me?
That's not enough to put the guy on fucking trial.
Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, I don't know where they getting at, but yeah, you're right. But society nowadays, like things have changed. Like I feel the same
Everything
way.
is about a dollar.
Yeah, and I feel like we are the
Everything.
last hope because I feel like we're the bridge between two generations.
Yep.
Like we're the bridge between the younger generation, which is our kids or our little brothers and sisters and stuff like that, and then our parents. So we know what it was like growing up, like, you know, not having cable or not having internet or whatever, but we still, what can I say? We're still savvy enough to use technology and stuff. Like, we're not like, you know, you ever see them old people when they don't know how to use a cell phone for nothing? We're not going to be like that when we're old. You feel me? We're still going to be familiar with technology. So I feel like we will be able to relate to the younger generation, like our generation.
Yeah.
We'll be able to relate, but it's going to be hard to like really sway the kids the right way because the way society's going now, I don't know.
I don't think it'll be necessarily hard. It just depends your relationship with your kid. Like,
True.
Your kid has, here's the thing, and people sometimes take this the wrong way. If your kid fears you and respects you, you don't have nothing to worry about. Kids are gonna be kids. They're gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Like, see, and I hate when people use that bullshit of, oh, the father's not here, so he asked. Stop it. That's these females today that are just lazy. They don't want to put the effort in and being a good parent. Not just because you buy them fucking Jordans or buy her the latest, whatever the fuck people wear nowadays. I don't know. I'm not a fashion
I wouldn't say
person.
that though, because you do need a father
You
figure
do, but
in the
my
household.
mother raised 2 boys on her own. Eventually, our stepfather came into the picture, but we still listened to her. We understood, okay, this is our mother.
But
She's
so
going
did
to
my
ground
mom.
us and take this and this away. I'm not saying, you don't always just have to beat your fucking kids. Because my
True.
mother's living proof, my grandmother's living proof, and people that grew up in our era are living proof. We were born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. A lot of us didn't have our fathers, but we still listen to our parents. Parents are at the parent-teacher conferences. They gave us the stare like, if I hear bad news, it's over for you.
Yeah, it's over for that.
We used to, you know what it used to be like after some of us got our report cards. It used to be like, damn, what did you get taken away?
Listen,
I can't play this game till this. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
we don't have that no more. Everything is the teachers ain't teaching you right.
At my house, I couldn't even bring home a C. Like, it had to be straight A's and B's.
Well, all we had is C. No, we stopped.
I couldn't bring home a C. It's straight A's and B's. Like, I bring home one C, I might as well get an F.
Yeah, and if I failed one class, I was punished.
Yeah. That's
but
how
you
it's
see,
supposed to be.
and now it's different. Now the parents are like, well, my kid ain't dumb. My kid wouldn't do that. I know my kid, but meanwhile, your kid's getting arrested outside of school. So what do you mean at the end of the day? Like, sometimes it's just people don't want to face reality.
That's what I was about to say.
And especially with
reality.
us, the parents do not want to face the reality of A, your kid barely goes to school. B, the teacher doesn't have to be the greatest teacher for the kid to learn shit, because at the end of the day, we have the internet here. So the kid can still learn something. So all you have to do is sit your ass in the class, do your homework. If your kid is that smart, he'll do good on the test. A 70, 75 at best. At worst, I should say, if he's really that smart. So at the end of the day,
sometimes it depends on the teacher.
It does, but it can't be everybody's teacher. I'm not buying it.
No, it's not the teacher all the time. Yeah, most kids be like, oh yeah, no, it's the teacher that don't like me, this and that. That.
I'm not learning nothing. You're not learning because you're fucking lying.
I used to say the same thing. Like, I had this chemistry teacher. I still remember her, Miss Barnes. I hated her so much.
I love my
But like, looking back, looking back though, it was my fault because I sat in class. I had all my friends in class. I wanted to talk, and then when I was taking chemistry, like, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. I'm thinking we're gonna, mix some chemicals up, maybe blow some shit up. But nah, it was math involved, a bunch of thinking. I wasn't really into it. But I failed that class, but I blamed the teacher. Like, oh yeah, she don't like me because she used to always kick me out the class or write me up and stuff. But I was being bad as hell.
I was bad, but I wasn't bad, but I wasn't the kid who like knew all the slang. That's another reason I got called white.
Nah,
I didn't really.
Slang. I was like
No, I didn't.
in
know.
between.
You know what's funny? I know everybody in this room is gonna laugh and then we're gonna take a break. You know when people used to say back in the day, "I eat those." I eat those like.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like some new. Not to sound racist, but I thought it was some new Mexican kid that was in the class that was popular.
Oh shit.
And everybody used to tell me, "Yo, I eat those." I'm like, "Who the fuck is this kid?" And I really did not know what that was. Like, I didn't know. A girl came up to me in high school, freshman year of high school. See, this is when girls threw me off for being a basketball star, and I became a rock star. Girl comes up to me, "You're cute. Let's go cut." I didn't cut, but she got me out. She came to my classroom. I'm a freshman, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Spanish girl. I'll never forget her, Monica. Big titties, fat ass, nice complexion. Said, come out of class. Came out of class. She's like, "You don't got that much time. I don't want to get caught. I'm going to give you a blowjob."
What?
But this is me. This is
what?
Okay, I didn't know what that was. Jamie, I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
I thought listen to what I thought it was. Shut up. Okay, I wasn't in the hood like the rest of you, okay, that were learning the slang, okay? I thought she meant she's gonna give me a blow pop.
Oh shit.
So I said, "Let's go to the lunchroom. Yeah, let's get some."
Damn,
She said, "What do you mean? We'll get
up.
caught." I said, "What do you want, to steal the blow pop?" She said, "No, a blow job." I said, "A blow job? What is that? You gonna?" Oh, and yeah, I got my first. I wasn't crazy.
At least you got it.
I wasn't crazy.
I'm about to say, don't tell me you fucked that up. Like,
I wasn't crazy about it,
at
though.
you and shit.
Oral sex was never a crazy thing for me.
What?
No, I was never crazy about
You're
it.
the first person. You're the
No, I'm not
first
the
dude
first.
I've ever met say that. You're the
It's
first
just-
dude I've ever
I'm the
met
type
say
of
that.
guy that I like action. So me just sitting there watching your head bob back and forth. Now I'm not gonna lie. When I found two people that did it right,
Yo, listen.
Yeah,
There are a few.
I still don't prefer it over
Listen,
sex.
there are a few feelings in this world that feel better. I don't even know what feels better. Maybe being
The
a
best
billionaire.
thing, the
I don't
best
know.
thing is having a.
What feels?
I can't talk
what's a
about
better
that. My
feeling
son's
than
in the
that?
room.
Yeah, exactly. What's a better feeling than that?
Well, he's gonna learn eventually. My favorite thing is just being in it, man. Like being in some nice,
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
tight, but not super tight to the point where it's like I gotta stop myself every 2 strokes. So like
the worst.
that new high school coochie is just another animal, man. But speaking of head, we're going to play another track from Linkin Park, and then we're gonna get into that Ground Star mixtape. Place for my head. You know, Linkin Park was one of, I wouldn't say one of my top 5 favorite bands, but they were like their first 2 albums. I couldn't find one song that was bad.
Yeah, I would say that's one of my top 5 favorite. I mean, well, I'm not into rock
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that.
So it's
Like,
different
I'm not
for you.
heavy into it, but
You know,
like
but-
of the few bands that I listen to, yeah, they're one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Like if I really had to say my, excuse me guys, I had to let it out. But my top 5 bands, Nirvana's always number 1. I want to say Pantera's number 2 because it got me into like the heavy metal, like real heavy metal. Like when I say real heavy metal, I'm talking like Slayer, Metallica, Unearthed, you know,
A System of a
Iron.
Down for me.
Yeah, a System of a Down. That was the like new wave of metal, and I loved it. Like it just brought people together, and I really feel in weird time. It's going to take the right band and the right rap artist to do a song together. And when I really feel it's going to be Uzi Vert in another band. It might be Marilyn Manson. I love Marilyn Manson too. Like a lot of people.
Wait, what? Uzi Vert and Marilyn Manson. I'm sorry.
That's his favorite artist. You know that, right?
That's crazy. No, I'm just
It
saying
really
that's
isn't.
just a crazy combination. Like,
It really isn't. Like who?
I don't know. I wouldn't picture them two together. Like
Marilyn
you know
Manson
what I'm
was
saying?
on stage with Eminem a few times at his show.
No, I seen that, but I mean Uzi Vert and Marilyn Manson. Like I don't know. I just couldn't see them. Like you know.
I could. I hear it in his music. See, if you listen to like a lot of like
Oh yeah.
industrial,
Then again, I don't listen to Uzi, so.
yeah, like if you listen to like a lot of industrial and gothic stuff, more like industrial, like Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson type of stuff. Their music is very computerized, so it's like a lot of their stuff. I hear it in these new hip hop beats. So you know, I can see it.
You know, when I was a
But
little
I think
kid,
it's going to take another band and another rap artist that maybe a band that's sort of bigger. Because Marilyn Manson is big, but he's
you want to know
kind of
something?
fading.
You want to know something?
What's good?
You know, when I was a little kid, I thought Marilyn Manson was a woman. I dead ass thought
Some
I was
people,
a woman.
I can see why, but you know, I love his music. Like his music is great. I don't agree
Yeah.
with his views on Christianity and God.
When he
That's
says, what's his
he
views
just
on
doesn't
it?
believe that God is real. And if he is, you know, like he has this one song called "I'm an Antichrist Superstar," and he's basically saying the song.
So he's
that
an
when I went
atheist.
to go look at God, I was looking back at me. So he doesn't believe there's a real God.
I mean, there are
That's cool.
arguments for it.
I get it, but I don't want to get into that. I don't want to
Yeah.
get a phone call from the church of somebody's Baptist the next day. But we're going to get into what we were talking about before with whatchamacallit, this Kyrie situation. Like, I don't know what's the holdup. Apparently, Melo is pleading he's found peace. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that...
Peace.
Yeah, apparently what I've read and what I've heard is he's holding up the Knicks now for making the Kyrie trade because apparently he wants to go to Houston and not Cleveland.
Well, sounds like he doesn't want to play with LeBron, or LeBron doesn't
Yeah,
want to play with him.
I don't know.
But then again, Melo's always been stubborn. So, like, once he has his, you know, his mindset on something, that's what he wants to do. He did the same thing when he was on the Nuggets. He wanted to get on the Knicks so bad. Instead of, you know, playing the
He would
season
have
out.
took the Brooklyn Nets trade.
No,
actually.
listen. Instead of playing the season out, wait until you're a free agent and just sign with the Knicks as a free agent, force the trade, and guess what? Knicks had to trade damn near their whole roster, and it was full of good young players that would have made the team better with them around Melo. Yeah, he's always been like that. So I feel like, and I don't know if that's gonna happen unless you add a third team, because who's Houston, like, who you getting from Houston for Melo?
Exactly. But to backpedal something you said, I hate, a lot of people say we got rid of damn near the whole team. False. We got rid of the starting. We got rid of 3/4 of our starting lineup, but there was reason for that because they already had J.R. Smith ready to sign. So people forget Smith didn't come here no trade. He came here because he was in Japan and he had the weird haircut, and he came and signed here. So anybody that was a Knicks fan was very happy with that trade because Wilson Chandler never plays a full season. Neither does Danilo Gallinari. So at the end of the day, did we really lose out on that trade?
Yes, because at the same time, with like I said, them added to Melo, that would have made a really good team. Remember they
yeah, but you have to give up something good to get something.
Melo's first year, right?
Yeah, they made the players. We made the players.
And then Amari Stoudemire was there.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me, right? They were in a better team with Melo and Amari, and then that young nucleus around them.
But Amari's a health hazard, which was the case.
Yes.
Now, if he was healthy,
that season,
I think we would have went to the championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That season, I feel like you would have gone far if you would have.
The year we got knocked out by the Pacers,
year you would have signed Melo.
The year we got knocked out by the Pacers, we would have went to the championship. Because Miami couldn't beat us that year. And they were praying the Knicks lose to the Pacers. The Heat could not beat us because they could. The Heat were the worst team at defending the three.
They never had a shot.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
If that's what you like to believe in your mind. No. Like I said, the NBA is not about who has the best record. It's about matchups.
Of course.
And if certain teams play certain teams that match up badly, they're going to get knocked out. Period.
The only team that had a chance against Miami were Indiana.
How? Indiana couldn't stop them.
Boston.
And you see what happened in Boston.
Exactly.
We beat them.
So that's what I'm saying.
So how can they have a better chance?
Styles make matchups, man.
Okay.
Styles make matchups.
So here's my kicker.
They play way more physical defense.
Did you think the Warriors could beat the Mavericks when they knocked them out of the playoffs?
No.
With Baron Davis? Nobody saw that coming.
But nobody has an AFC versus a 1. We talking about two teams in the finals, man.
It doesn't matter. It's matchups. If you got a team that does the best thing, like shoot threes, that's the other team's weakness in defending it,
But then
How
again,
can you win?
but then again, how much does that happen?
It happens a lot.
That was an exception to the rules. How many times an 8th seed beat a 1 seed? I remember a couple
The
of
Nuggets
times.
blew out my socks.
Okay,
I'll never
a
forget that
couple
shit.
of times out of how many times? That's what I'm saying.
It happens a
That's
good
a
amount.
that's,
But we
that's
weren't. The
an
Knicks
outlier.
wasn't
Like
the
that's
8th
an
seed.
exception to the rule.
The Knicks were number 2 seed.
Still, okay, 7th seed, whatever. That's an exception to the rule.
No, we were number 2.
You talking about the Knicks?
The Knicks were number 2 when we had Jason Kidd off the bench.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we were number 2, and we beat the Heat 3 times out of 4. We played them.
That's the year y'all beat
And
the Celtics in the first round, right?
Yeah, and then
No, those guys were like pretty much washed up.
yeah, but regardless,
Those guys were pretty much washed up. Come
regardless,
on,
we
man.
were the better. Everybody said it. We were the better matchup for Miami with a healthy Amari. But
And that
we
year-
lost to the Pacers because the Pacers were a dominant inside team.
And they were
Roy
more
Hibbert was
physical. That's
killing
what I'm
them.
saying. They were more
killing them.
physical.
But they couldn't.
That's what you needed to beat the
But they
Heat.
couldn't.
So if
That's
if
not
they,
what you need. You need
yes,
athleticism.
no. If you couldn't play physical defense, protect the rim, like play physical defense and force LeBron to go to the free throw line, because you could let him shoot it, because you know his jump shot is iffy.
It's
But
50-50, yeah.
yeah, but you know the
What
key
about
was
Dwayne
to
Wade?
basically protect the rim.
They had nobody to guard Dwayne Wade, and they also whatchamacallit, you got to understand something with the Pacers. They're not athletic, and back then the Heat all they did was run. The Knicks had people that could run with them. Who did the
No, but that year they beat the
they had a
Pacers.
stretch
Didn't Dwayne Wade get hurt during
no,
that
he
series?
played every series. He played every series. He never missed
I
a
don't know.
series when LeBron was there.
What?
Never missed a series.
No.
when LeBron was there.
He missed a couple games though.
For what series? When they played the Hornets.
When,
in the first round?
when they played the Pacers. I'm sure there was years when they
He
played
missed
the Pacers.
one of those. He missed
like a couple
one
games.
game. One game. That's not going to win you the series. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry, I don't know, man. Do D-Wade be injured so damn much? No.
I mean, he had a great career. Nobody can.
Of course,
he
of
played
course,
through injuries
of
more than
course.
anybody.
Of course. He's one of the best 2 guards ever. Yeah.
True. I give him top 7,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, still. He had a great
Because I
career.
look at it, like I said, I look at it as with this Knicks team, I just feel like Melo is going to wind up staying. Because it was too good to be true that we were going to get Kyrie.
So what was all
That's-
that shit for then?
We don't know because now I
guess
don't
it
know.
was Phil.
You gotta understand his wife is on Power getting banged out, so his mind is in a totally different area right now. He's going through a divorce. Well, she said she's not divorcing him, but I wouldn't tell Wendy Williams the truth neither.
Yeah.
So shout out to Angie Martinez for actually punching her in the face.
When did this happen?
You didn't hear about that?
Nah.
In her book, she apparently said one day her and Q-Tip were dating at the time.
Okay.
And whatchamacallit, she had said that she kept calling him gay, and she took it too far and she knocked her out. And Wendy Williams got scared and picked up a mop and was trying to defend herself.
Wow.
And there's witnesses that co-sign that.
And
So- Yeah, and she don't play, man. She's a Puerto Rican from what, the Bronx, right? So she knows she's ready to fight. So and I'm glad she did that. Wendy Williams is a piece of shit.
See,
So
you remember
I despise people like her.
Remember that discussion we had about Charlamagne? I feel like Wendy is just like, she's just all about gossip. Like,
So she's all about trying to make people look bad.
Yeah.
Then when I have them on her show to be like,
Yeah.
well, what I heard, no,
Yeah.
you know what you're doing. Her day is coming again. You better
But yeah,
believe it.
I don't know. She's just all about gossip. Like, she's like of that TMZ culture. And I can't
People
stand
like
that
her-
whole thing.
People like her deserve whatever physical harm comes her way. Because all she does is try to make people look bad, put their dirt out there, and then have people just look at you in a certain way, just so you can pay attention to her show. Like, really? Like, come on.
I can't stand when people do that.
Yeah,
like,
I can't either.
Like, they
I
put all
despise
your
her.
skeletons out there. Like, I don't like that at all. Like, I understand some people are public figures, but they business don't gotta be out there like that. Like, the media just does that.
Yeah, they
I
do,
can't
but with the
stand
way
that,
it's
man.
the way Wendy Williams goes about it. She wants to dig, and dig. Like she had something on Lil Wayne about, oh, he had 2 girls pregnant.
That's
like we all knew
media.
that, and then she said, just look at him. Why would anybody let him?
It's called
like, really?
sensationalizing. You know, controversy sells.
It does, but
You know, that's how you get ratings and stuff. The media does the same thing. I don't know. That's just the culture nowadays.
yeah. So let me we're gonna go to a commercial break and we're gonna go to the song off the Grinding Star mixtape. Jay Fleas featuring Shoguns. What you know about it?
We go.
No closer, and they pitched every 3 to 4 days, Jimmy.
Yeah, because they weren't really they didn't really have strong arms. First of all, no, they didn't.
Walter Johnson clocked at 106.
That's only one. That's only one.
Bob Gibson was throwing 102 with no control.
But Bob Gibson was not from that era. Bob Gibson was a great pitcher. Listen, anything after Jackie Robinson, that's what I count. If it's before Jackie Robinson, I'm sorry, I don't count it. When you're not facing the best of the best, like you're only facing what? The best white guys. You're not facing the best black guys, the best Spanish guys. I'm sorry. I can't give you credit, man. It wasn't integrated. Now, when it became integrated, guess what? Competition got so much stiffer. The players got better. The pitchers got better. The hitters got better. Are you kidding me, man? Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey, all of them, all the players I named are way better players than Babe Ruth ever was. Come on, man.
I'm going to take a page out of Stephen A. Smith book. Shout out Stephen A. Queens. First of all, you're crazy.
I may be.
Second of all, shout out my Latino people, but the ones who use the most steroids in HGH were Latin players.
That's fine.
Oh, that's fine. Jimmy, wait a minute.
I'll give it to you like this, right? Hold on.
Hold on.
Right, do you
I'm getting to the point.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, you said black players. I get it. But
I'm just saying integration, man.
I get what you're saying,
that plays a big
Jimmy.
part.
But there weren't many great black pitchers.
Yeah, you're right.
There weren't many great black quarterbacks.
But
you know why?
at the same time, we really wouldn't know how they would fare because for a long time they didn't have the opportunity.
Jimmy, Satchel Paige, Bob Gibson, that's where it stops.
Satchel Paige is a pitcher for
You didn't hear about any other black pitchers.
No, listen. Exactly, because they were all in the Negro leagues. No, they were all in the Negro leagues, man.
Jimmy.
If you put them into the majors and let them face white guys, you would see how they turn out. But of course, you didn't have no great black pitchers because they didn't have an opportunity to show their greatness.
But Jimmy, that's like saying, okay, Asian players were the best pitchers because all the players that come over here from Asia are pitchers. And what happened when they come over here, Jimmy? They have a great first year, average second year, then they slowly fall off,
but you have a sample size, correct? So,
okay, but they're not that great.
Pre-integration, what sample size did you have?
But we're talking about Babe Ruth, okay?
Okay.
A dude who played games drunk, won, called home run shots.
Okay, doing all that, do you think he would be able to be as dominant today?
But we don't know. But
drinking and doing it. Come on, man.
Let me ask you. Wait. Hold on.
Athletes are bigger, better than ever, man.
Hold on. Okay. There's this guy that kind of is the black version of. Well, kind of was the black version of Babe Ruth. He just didn't hit for a high average like him. Okay. His name is Cecil Fielder.
Okay.
And you know what he did before games? 3 double cheeseburgers. Ride around in fancy cars, Detroit. You know what he did? He was setting records for home runs. The dude wasn't in shape at all. He was hitting home runs. What did he hit? 51 home runs 2 years in a row, Jimmy? His son was hitting home runs at 15. So please, Jimmy.
Cecil Fielder, right? Yes, he was a good player. But are we gonna put him in the same class with fucking Barry Bonds and Ken Griffey? Like, come on, man.
The only thing
come on.
I'm not saying he's as good.
Yeah,
but you're saying that a guy like Babe Ruth couldn't do that.
And guess what? Right? And guess what? Hold on.
You forget what's a pitcher.
Guess what? I bet you, right? I bet you Cecil Fielder would have been a way better player if he wasn't eating 3 damn cheeseburgers before a game.
How do you know that?
I'm sure he would have.
Why would that even matter?
Why would that?
Ocho Cinco eats McDonald's before every game, every day religiously.
But not 3 damn meals or 3 damn cheeseburgers.
He said, quote, I have McDonald's. I get 2 Big Macs a day, every day.
2 Big Macs a day, yes.
That's a lot, Jimmy.
But no, according 3 cheeseburgers before a damn game.
They could be White Castle cheeseburgers.
Yo, you ever try eating before playing football? I did. I made that goddamn mistake, man. Never again. You will earn all your food,
Of course.
guaranteed. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
What I'm saying is-
Ocho Cinco wasn't doing that before the game.
There's no way in hell Babe Ruth is overrated. See, the thing you're forgetting is he was a pitcher at first. He was a dominant pitcher, Jimmy.
He was.
Who else could say they've done that? Nobody.
He was a dog.
That's equivalent to Gretzky being a goalie and being a center, which he was.
Yeah, you're right. But like I said, we'll never know. I say he's overrated because put him in like post Jackie Robinson era, I don't think he would be doing that good.
Okay.
That's how I feel. He dominated a bunch of other white guys. That's how I feel.
But is it his fault?
No, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's overrated.
Okay, so you can't take credit.
But he's overrated. Yes, you can.
You can't take credit away from him. You can't.
Yes, you can. Okay, let's take it to the NFL, right? So let's say there was a great player like damn, I can't think of it. Back when they played with like leather helmets. So a great player from like that era would be a great player today. That's what you're basically telling me.
So you're trying to tell me Jim Brown wouldn't dominate today?
Yes, he would, but he wasn't playing with no leather helmets. I'm taking it way,
Those helmets weren't
back.
that great.
I'm talking about way
I've
back.
seen those
But I'm
helmets
just
get
saying,
cracked open
a
a few
dominant
times.
player from that era, do you think they would be dominant in this era or
Why
like
not?
in the 90s and the
Why
80s?
not?
Oh, come
Why
on,
not?
man.
Gel
They not.
Sayers?
They not.
Jim Brown? Why not?
That's when they wore helmets, man.
But those
I'm
were
talking
plastic
about
helmets.
30s, 20s, man. Come on.
Johnny Unitas would be a hell of a quarterback in today's football.
Yes.
He would torch everybody.
He didn't play in the 30s or 20s.
He played in
or
the 40s.
No, he didn't. He started in the 50s.
Oh, okay.
He
Excuse
started in
me,
the
one
50s.
decade up.
He started in the 50s.
Jimmy, you're reaching, Jimmy.
No, I'm not reaching, man. I'm sorry. Babe Ruth is overrated, man.
This is coming from a Met fan.
It's overrated.
So,
I'm sorry.
You don't have nothing to look up to. What do you have, David Wright?
Listen. Yankees
Darryl
have a lot of
Strawberry,
listen.
Doc
Yankees
Gooden,
have a lot of great
crackheads,
players.
alcoholics.
Wait. Yankees have a lot of great players. I just don't think Babe Ruth is the greatest of them all.
He's the best fucking Yankee ever.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's the, what do they call him?
No, he's not.
They call him the man
Mantle.
that built Yankee Stadium.
Mantle.
Remember that.
Mantle.
I love Mickey.
Mantle is the best Yankee ever.
He's not even.
It's not Babe Ruth.
He's not even the
It's
second
Mantle.
best Yankee.
It's Mantle. So who's the second best?
Lou Gehrig.
Ooh.
Again, from the same era. I'm not counting that. It's from the same era.
He's not even the third best Yankee. I'm trying to